Okay, today we're going to look at the replacement of a valve of a faucet tap that switches on by itself. This is a single valve mixer, and as you see we've got an elastic band here that holds it shut because it's got weaker, and this part opens and shuts sometimes by itself, which can be a great waste of hot water. So to be able to do that, we have ordered online this valve that comes from, this one came from Amazon. You can see it's a Kerox single handle replacement valve, and if you live in the United States you can get them for half the price that we can get them in Canada. Anyway, first thing to do, get underneath your sink and switch off the taps that feed the water. So let's get those shut, because if you don't shut these off, then you're going to have a lot of water up top. Remember, there are two to do. One for hot and one for cold. Just make sure they're good and tight, good and off. And then you can go back up here and start working on the item. What you're going to need is a screwdriver, pliers and a shifting spanner. So, first thing we do is take off this little cap here that's at the front. So this thing comes off. There's this little nut in the front here. Just take that off. You should probably put your sink grates in so that you don't lose any parts down the drain. First of all, you take this little part off here. See? That's that little part. Put it aside, don't lose it. And inside there is a screw head which you have to undo. So the first part is just decorative. When you undo this, it's a bit tricky to actually get the head in there. That's coming off now. Alright, you see that comes off. Now it's this part here which makes that thing switch on and off, because it's so heavy, and it actually opens the tap on its own. And that then is the part that you need to replace. That is the special cartridge valve, and you see how it switches the tap on and off like that, and this one's got a little weak over time, so it switches on and off on its own. This is a decorative piece and it's plastic, so you can unscrew it by hand. Try not to use spanners on it because it'll damage it. Then you need your shifting spanner as indicated, and this is the part you take off with the shifting spanner. Now this is why you had to switch the water off underneath, because if you don't, this is going to cause something of a flood in your house. So you take that off, and the water escapes a bit in the beginning. That off, and inside there is that cartridge. The water running off here. So you take that out, and there is the cartridge that you need to replace. So it's all well and good. It's made by Kerox. It comes from Yugoslavia, I believe. But that's the one that needs to come off. So in your bag here, you've ordered this part online. And this one is supported by Moen, but it's manufactured by Kerox. So let's get in there, get the part out. Before you do this, you have to make sure you get the right size This is a 40mm one. You can see it's a 40 millimeters. And this is the size here that you're measuring. Is the size of this gap, 40 millimeters. You can see these alignment pieces here, these two little knobs, and they're the ones that have to be aligned when you put it in. So you just slip it in there, making sure they're aligned. And there it is, that's working fine. And then you get your piece back in there, making sure you put it on the right way. And you tighten it all back together again. Be very careful not to over tighten this piece because it's brass. If you over tighten it, you strip the thread, and you then need a plumber. As it is, this job will cost you a few dollars for that replacement part, as opposed to $300 to replace this entire mixer. That should be about it in terms of tightness. Get that back on nicely, and you can check whether that's going to leak by switching your taps on again at the bottom, and that looks fine, it's not leaking. Switching both taps on at the bottom, so we have a good set. So in reverse order, you put this plastic piece back on, screw that on carefully, not to get a cross thread on it. Actually likes getting a cross thread on it. There we go. And then you reinstall your piece on the top here, like that, remembering your little screw. Put it back together. Nice and snug, and remember your decorative little piece at the top. And there we go. We have replaced the item. We've saved $300 of buying the item and $150 for the plumber coming to put it in, and there it works perfectly. So thank you for watching. We hope you have fun with your own home plumbing. And just remembering, it is a Carox item. This one came from Amazon, and all the best. Good luck with that.